Hey guys, it's Ship Tips, also known as Daisy, and today I will be finally completing the Draculaura nail set. So this is the reference photo, the drawing that I actually did in my first video, if y'all want to go check that out. But basically now we're finally going ahead and painting them. So these are the nail tips I use. I use Beetles Square and Medium. Not too particular, I change my nail tips all the time, but I'm just pretty much showing you what they look like up close. I am going to cut them down where that 8 is for my client because she wants a bit shorter nails. So I went ahead and base coated the nails, got that out the way. The colors that we're doing is just a nude and the pink and black as the background for some of our nails. The first design I will be doing is the pink French tip. You know how I feel about French tips, they're not super easy, but they are super cute, especially with the bat on the nail. Love that. So I'm using this hot pink color that I have to just tie the whole look together because Draculaura has like a pastel pink, a hot pink, and a black in her color palette. Now I am doing the second design where we have the belt buckle. So I'm going in with that hot pink again and just doing my, they're just long vertical lines in the same hot pink color we just used for the French tip. I do go back and thin out these lines a bit because like I said, I did want my lines to be a bit thinner. I do like the color, but yes, I do want my lines a bit thinner. Just going in with a little bit of black to start on Count Fabulous. I would say that doing him wasn't as hard as I thought. A lot of when you work with drawing characters is working on the silhouette first and then filling everything else in. So I knew like what shapes his body was and his ears, his wings, like I knew the shape that I wanted to go for. I think that if I would have just went in drawing, I would have kind of messed up the proportions. And doing it like this really helps me to see just like the outline of what his body looks like. Now I'm just going over those lines again. You see that I did thin them out, but now I'm just going over my lines just to make sure that the hot pink really stands out. You may find out when you do a color over black, it's not as opaque as you want. It could be the paints that I'm using, but black is typically a hard color to paint over. So now I'm just going in and finally doing that bat French that I'm so excited for. Just look at how clean that line is. My line's looking clean, y'all. This is why I would recommend the thin brush. Also, disclaimer, yes, I did go out of frame a lot in this video. I tried to clean all that up, but I didn't want to lose too much footage so y'all don't get confused. But I'm still getting the hang of this. We're growing together. I think it'd be nice if y'all could be like, oh, I remember when Daisy, was always out of frame, and I remember when Daisy had terrible quality. Y'all are OGs. Like, if y'all remember that, y'all a real one. So when I have my professional camera and stuff, y'all can say y'all was there when I was in the trenches. Okay, like, claim that. So I'm just going around doing my black outline. For this now, I'm just sketching out Draculaura in the same pink as the background. I did put a matte top coat on the nail so I can kind of see like the difference of it. But I didn't want to do the black because the black can be a little harsh sometimes and hard to cover up. Whereas when I was doing Count Fabulous's body is black anyways, so it was just going to get covered. With Draculaura, she has a more like a light pink, palish face. So I didn't want to put black as my like sketch lines and then have a really hard time trying to cover that up. And this is what my finished sketch looks like. I'm going back to Count Fabulous, and I am just drawing some of his outlines. You'll see that in the reference photo, he has like a pinkish outline. So I just went in with the hot pink that I had before. And remember how like when you put the hot pink over the black, it wasn't as opaque? That works perfectly for this nail because his outline isn't super pink. It's just like a pale pink color. Now we're going back to our umbrella look with the lines. I'm going ahead and adding that area where the buckle is going to be. For this one, I just used a slightly darker and more coral pink for the buckle. And this is our bat. I know that in the other clip you weren't able to see me complete it, but this is how my bat is looking. I'm just going around and covering up where it's still transparent. And you see I added those little V lines on the bat, like the ears, so that it better reads as a bat. This is just a sneak peek of what's to come. Those are how my nails are going to end up looking at the end. So now I'm just going in and add my detail. I did my brush into the same hot pink I've been using, and I'm going to use this brush to outline my heart. Hearts are really easy. You just want to do 2 dollops and just drag it down into the V. Hearts are only hard when you try to draw them. If you look at everything as shapes, life becomes so much easier. This is a tool that you can use for doing nails or just, drawing in general. Shapes. Everything is shapes. If you're confused on how to do something, look at the shapes. Okay, we're back with our Draculaura face. I went ahead and mixed those 2 colors to get a pale pinkish tone for her skin. So I went ahead and finished coloring it off camera. Now I'm just adding the black for her bangs and for her ponytail. A lot of the polishes that I use, I get them from Beetles. Some people don't like Beetles. I can understand that. Normally, people feel finicky about, nail polishes that cost a bit less than, nail polishes that are more affordable. I feel like in some aspects, of course, you shouldn't skimp, but when it comes to doing nail art and stuff, you can kind of get away with that. So now I'm just adding that outline to the buckle because I really wanted to have that drawn look. How Monster High has everything looks drawn with the... Now I'm adding my little skeleton decal. This is the one where it kind of has like fangs or something. Because of the angle that I got it at, the fangs might not show as well. I decided to just go ahead and just do a big one on the pinky nail because I realized when I tried to fit both, what I was worried about happened where you lose the detail by trying to put too much on one nail. So I think by having this one on one pinky nail and the other design on the other pinky nail, it ended up looking way better. As you can see, look at how cute that is. Now we're back with Count Fabulous, and I'm just going around and doing the ruffles of his dress. The ruffles of his dress is like a light pink. I used the white, the same kind of like white pink that I used on Draculaura's skin tone, because I'm really just trying to lighten up this area on top of that black. I'm going ahead and sketching in the bow as well, also with a light tone, just so I can see it. I eventually do go in and change the color. I'm filling in the eyes. Now I'm adding that little shine detail. That's probably my favorite little thing. I'm just going to outline my skeleton once again to give it that sticker look. Y'all know what I'm going for, the sticker look. I think it is so cute. I would say the eyes, surprisingly, I struggled with a bit because they look kind of simple, but I would say just the same thing as like when you do Hello Kitty's eyes. It's like if they're off, like if they're too close together or the shape is a little bit off, then it makes the whole face look off. And that's how I felt when I was kind of looking at this, but when I finally got the hang of it, I was like, okay, this looks pretty good. Now I'm just going in and doing the pink of the bow. I'm using that same hot pink that I've been using. Just using shapes to kind of make the bow look how I want. Bows are the same as everything else. When you're making a bow, it is so much easier if you just block the colors in and add the outline around it instead of doing the outline first. I'm back with Draculaura's face after it was done curing, and I'm just going in and adding the whites of her eyes. With the characters, I kind of like to work in bits and pieces instead of trying to get everything cured and done at one time. After curing, I'm going to go in with a little bit of black and start on the outline of her eyes to really bring the face together. The eyes will help you understand the placement of everything else. After doing the eye, I really started to feel myself, okay? I was like, this is starting to look legit. Like, it's like, you know, you can do something, but when you actually do it, you're like, I can't believe I had that in me. Because, you know, drawing is something that I started out with first. But like when you draw on something so small, I'm sorry, but it just hits better than doing digital art for me. Using the dark pink, the same kind of hot pink that I had before, just to do the shadow of her eyelid. And going in with that same hot pink to do her lips. For the bangs, you guessed it, I'm using the same hot pink. And she has very chunky bangs. I'm going to do 2 coats of this because as you can see, the hot pink isn't as opaque as I want. For her eyes, she kind of has like grayish eyes, so I use like a light purple because light purple can sometimes translate as gray. And I went in and did some like shadowing. Back to Count Fabulous. So after coloring everything in and letting it cure, I went ahead and used the white for the sweater. Remember, the sweater is kind of white and I believe it has like pink hearts on it. See, after curing, I'm going back in with the pink that I had before and just going over that collar again so that it looks more pink, because remember we just put the color down to block out the black and now we're actually going in and adding the color. Same thing to the bottom of the sweater, just adding that color now that we got the black covered. Now I'm going in and adding some fangs. When doing fangs or anything small and detailed like this, I say do it to your best ability and clean it up. Sometimes it is easier to erase than it is to initially draw. I'm just doing the bow. I'm going ahead and doing my black outline around and doing all the details on the inside. You can see it's starting to really come together. Count Fabulous is living up to his name. I'm really getting in there to outline that collar. It is so hard when you're doing small details like this. I was gripping like the crap out of that brush. Like, I think that I have a bruise from gripping it so hard. I had to get the details right though. Now for the eyes, I'm using a daughter tool. I have a little bit of black on it, and it's just as simple as it sounds. You literally just dot it. The heart, I'm just adding little highlights because I felt like I wanted to give it that little 3D look. Back with my skelet, I'm outlining the bow and just finishing up all my fine line details. Now I'm going in with my white brush and doing that white outline, which is going to be the start of the lace. I'm also outlining around my skelet because I wanted her to look like a sticker, just like in my sketch. So I'm just carefully going around. And now I'm going in with circular motions to kind of add those scallops that I was talking about for the lace. I dipped my brush in the same hot pink that I've been using and added little dots to give it more of a lace kind of look. Just cleaning up any of the spots that I missed. I went ahead and 3D printed a charm, pretty much like I was talking about in the first video. It was really small. I think it's like 5 millimeters. I think next time I'll do it a bit thicker and figure out how to make the charm fit. But I think for my first time printing a nail charm, it actually turned out really well. I had put down just some nail art glue. I don't know why I didn't use my rhinestone gel, but I just used, the regular. It held up pretty well. Now I'm going in with a gray. I made my own gray. I just used a little black, little white. And I knew that the V on the charm was a little bit messed up, so I just kind of drew it, and it still looks good. Now for the thumb, I know y'all seen every other nail but the thumb, but you know how I feel about thumbs. But now I'm going in and doing that fishnet design, another one that I really wanted to be in there. I love it for the thumb, it's so cute. I'm using the same brush. I'm using pretty much the same everything throughout this whole video, so y'all are not going to see a lot of variation with products or tools. Everything's pretty much the same. Now that my thumb is cured, I went ahead and added the same glue that I used before, my 3D gel glue. And this is another heart that I 3D printed. This one I printed a little bit bigger. And I went ahead and cured it. And now I'm taking that same hot pink and I'm doing the middle in the shape of a heart. I'm letting the black of the nail charm be the outline. Now I'm just going around it with my white polish to set myself up for the lace I'm about to do. With doing my charms this way, I did have to go in with that 3D gel glue and go around my charm just to close up any gaps that I had. I used my daughter tool. I was just showing y'all that I did use my daughter tool again, and that's what helped me to make that kind of lace shape. And now that I have that lace shape, now I'm going in and drawing my fangs. And I'm going in with my hot pink to do the same lace decal that I did on the little skull. I already went ahead and did the outline. Now I'm just showing you how I do my little fine line detail. I'm just adding little black lines in between the lace to kind of give it more of a ruffled look. So it looks a bit more like fabric like stylized fabric. I'm adding the cute little smile to the teeth. I just love how much the fangs turned out on the heart. Guys, I'm in love with how this turned out. It's so cute. They're so cute. I'm so proud of myself for this pretty much looking exactly how I want it. She loves them. She was Draculaura for Halloween, so it went perfectly with her costume. And yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for another video coming soon. I'm doing a really cute little gold chrome kind of look, so if that's what y'all like, definitely tune in for the next video. And thank you for watching. Bye y'all.